So let me talk about this because this really struck me. So these are the two cards that came out, right? And this is the sleepless night. The child in bed, really worried, really afraid, shadows dancing through his bedroom walls, okay, or his ceiling. You're going to be seeing a lot of spiritual signals and signs, synchronicities, okay? And I feel like you're going to start to see lights flickering. You're going to start to see, windows or doors opening very unexpectedly. You're going to feel like, so you're just going to go through the motions of your everyday life, right? And then you're going to feel your attention like automatically diverted towards a specific direction or a specific person or a specific situation, so circumstance. And you're not going to know why. Like, why was I looking straight and then compelled to, turn around? Why was I looking at this? And then in the end, like looking, if you're at the grocery store, for example, you're eyeing this and you're just like, oh, I'm going to throw that in my shopping cart. And then all of a sudden you feel yourself picking up something else and throwing that in your shopping cart. You're divinely guided. Okay. Your guides are trying to communicate with you. So I feel like this is a very magical, mysterious, and a very profound month where you are heeding your guidance. You're heeding your higher, it's like intuitive hits from your spiritual guides, or it's learning to pay attention to the signs and learning to read the signs. That's what it feels like to me. I'm seeing some people possibly even learning a new language, okay? And I feel like if you have hit some obstacles when it comes to learning something, in particular, a new language, you're going to start to dream in that language. You're going to start to understand the mechanics of it, understand not only the language, the syntax, the grammar, the spelling, the pronunciation or the enunciation, or, the intonation of that language, but I feel like you're going to be immersed in some type of a cultural experience, like a complete immersion experience that allows you to understand something from the inside out. And I feel like it's your spirit guides transforming the way you look at a situation in order for you to overcome these obstacles, okay? And then I'm also feeling for many of you, if you've hit like a brick wall, like, why am I not getting this? Why am I not understanding this? In some type of a endeavor, okay, you feel like you've been working at it, okay? You've been working really, really long and hard. Each one of them alone don't really break the bank, but one after the other, it can feel very emotionally, I'm seeing like hard to breathe, okay? Because you didn't plan for these expenses. And I feel like they really caught up to you. And like I said, they're minor little, financial expenditures, but all together, one after the other, it can feel like, when is this going to end? And it can feel like, you're fighting a losing battle. But nonetheless, you stuck it out. You hung in there. And I feel as a result of it, you're coming out on top. Okay? You never gave up. You never turned away and, run off because you were scared. You stuck it out and you maintained, your victory as a result of it. Okay? So you're going to be able to get your victory. Okay? You're going to be able to slash through all of these obstacles, all of the opposition, all of the little annoyances that crept up. A Sagittarius, we get really, really, it's not the big things that really get to us. It's the little, tiny little fires, okay, that really aggravates us because they're annoying. We are really good at handling the big things because, big things can be seen from far away and we already know what we have to do. So by the time we have to tackle the big things, we are emotionally prepared. It's all the little things that creep up that takes, like 5-10 minutes of your time each day. A minute here, a minute there. And then before you know it, we're just like, when is this going to be over? And so I feel like some of you feel a little bit exasperated having to take care of the little things. And you're just like, why don't all those things just come together into this big thing? That way I can tackle them all at once and, conserve my energy. And so I feel like this is pretty much the month where it's like no more of that little stuff, no more of the time waster, and especially no more of these tiny little battles. You've already conquered it. You've already, shown yourself to be a force to be reckoned with. And so these little creepy, well, not creepy, these little things that creep up are going to be extinguished, from the ground level. Annihilated is what I'm sensing. Okay. I'm hearing that too. Annihilated. So that means they don't really have another chance to creep up and bother you. Okay. You've conquered it. You've mastered it. Now time to move on. And, like I said, those roadblocks, those little, I feel like even, why am I not getting this? Why am I not understanding this? Why am I not doing it well? And it's something since October, and you're probably, like beating yourself up over it. Is there something wrong with me? Why is everybody getting it and I'm not getting it? And it's coming in to show you that you're going to get it. Okay. It just takes some time, and it requires like you looking at a situation from the inside out. And I feel like nipping something in the bud, or annihilating a problem, or treating the root of the problem, so that it doesn't resurface. Okay. So it's not just putting on a Band-Aid on a situation and calling it a day. It's really digging it out, digging down to the pores, to the roots, to extract something so that we can treat it at the source. Okay. Some of you might be dealing with earaches and toothaches too. Be careful about that. I see a lot of like congestion in the sinus area, and especially like inflammation. So I feel like you might need to take, there is a natural supplement out there, turmeric. So turmeric pills or turmeric supplements. It helps with inflammation. Okay. If you take it on a regular basis, I feel like it's going to give you, a lot more relief. If you're dealing with like some chronic inflammation, it's going to really help. So I highly recommend it. So I feel like, for those who are dealing with that, especially if it's a health issue, you're going to be victorious over it. Okay. What I'm seeing here as well, we have a very powerful couple here. And, I believe, I forget what sign this came out for. I'm not sure if it's Leo or Virgos. I can't remember. We have a power couple, okay? Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. When two people come out in the same suit, I usually see it as, like a really big, powerful couple, okay? Power couple dynamics. And I feel like you're dealing with somebody. Any one of these could be you, okay? What I'm feeling is you might be dealing with another fire sign, but not necessarily. So this is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And I feel like so the fire signs are like the most courageous and most expressive signs of all the suits, okay? I feel that you yourself, you're incredibly independent. Everyone knows that, okay? Like you're so independent. You're very daring. You're always up for a good time. You're always down to, try something new, and you always say yes to new opportunities. Okay. You're dealing with someone who is, once upon a time, very, very similar to your energy, very daring, very courageous, very much down for a good time, likes to experience new things, likes to travel, loves to learn, loves people from different culture. I'm getting a very strong Jupiter vibe. And Jupiter rules the 9th house, which deals with higher education. So I feel like you and this person, you both could have multiple degrees under your belt, or you both have traveled extensively, or you both could have hailed from overseas, like been a transplant from one country, moving to another, living in another country that far from your place of birth. So I feel like there's an element here about two people being like the perfect match for each other. And I feel like one person, this could be you or this could be them. You've gotten a little bit domesticated. So that means responsibilities, child rearing, possibly for those with children. Somebody is at a point where they're longing for adventure and for experience, but I feel like their lifestyle is disallowing them from having that kind of a carefree existence that they used to have when they were younger. Okay. And I feel like for some of you, if this is a crush, somebody might have children, might have another family already. And so it's disallowing them from coming towards you. So yes, there is really, really, really strong passion and chemistry and the recognition that you both are like really perfect for one another. It's like your souls are urging each other to come together. But one person feels to me like they're bogged down with responsibilities, trying to do the right thing, trying to take care of, the people in their lives, trying to stay put. And so that sense of adventure it's there. It's looming in the back of their mind, but they're not in a position where they can act freely and carelessly and even make decisions of their own accord because, their decisions affect other people that they care about. So that's what I'm seeing too. I'm also seeing as well a solidification of a major significant relationship. We have here the 10 of Pentacles, and this is usually, the long haul, okay? The engagement, the marriage, the moving in together, the escalation in the relationship, being able to live together, join up your financial resources, and be able to, I feel, grow together as a unit. Okay. So there is a major escalation in the relationship, but I'm also feeling like some of you might be in love with somebody that might be in another relationship, even though the two of you recognize that the two of you are perfect together. There is this sense of dodging. There's this sense of guilt I feel associated with it. And there's also this sense of like, there's also this sense of, like wanting the other person, but I feel like the energy is very unspoken. It's like very under the radar. It's not really talked about. It's definitely felt on an emotional level. It's felt on a spiritual and also a mental level. Like the two of you recognize that in each other. But for whatever reason, one person is not in a capacity where they can act and they can move towards you. I don't feel like it's going to, I don't feel like it's their own decision. They want to move towards you. But I feel like something is disallowing them from doing that. Okay. Some unfinished business with possibly a previous relationship or a current relationship or something that's not really allowing them to come towards you. And they have to kind of work through this before they're able to do that. So I feel like some of you are just like feeling a little bit guilty about how you feel about this person, feeling a little bit guilty that you're wanting or craving or desiring this person, knowing that there are restrictions to the two of you being together. And I feel like that might be, those shadows dancing across your ceiling. You want things a certain way, and in the reality, you're not able to achieve it because you don't want to hurt another person either. Okay. And when you want somebody, you want them 100%. You don't want them to give half of their time to you, half to somebody else. You want the situation 100%. You want it in totality, and you're not able to achieve that with this person. I feel like there's going to be a sense of coming around because you both recognize that there is marriage. There is also, you both recognize that the two of you are kind of like the perfect fit. I'm hearing like fits like a glove. Okay. So it's like a relationship partner that really complements you, that fits you. Fits like a glove. You guys are like the two pieces of that jigsaw puzzle. It's interlocked and no two pieces are alike, but the two of you just fit together really, really well. I'm also seeing some people here who might be in a relationship. There has been a lot of struggles. There might be a silent treatment. There might be like a time off, arguments that happened recently, and the two of you have kind of like had a falling out with one another. One person is going to apologize. Okay. This is like somebody showing up at your door, very unexpectedly with like a very unexpected message. And they're delivering it in a way where their defenses are falling down. Okay. So I see these these little discs falling down. Okay. They're making promises. They're making concrete promises towards you. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to change. I'm really going to try to be a better person. I'm not going to do this in the past, that I do in the past, because I know that it pisses you off, or I know that it gets on your nerves. I'm going to try to be a better person. So I see those conversations between you and another person. And I feel like it's whatever conflict has brewed in the past, we're dealing with the aftermath of it, okay? Everything has already been said and done. In the background, there's this trail of smoke, meaning the worst devastation is already over. And so now we're working together to communicate, okay? No more silent treatment. We're working to communicate. And we're working to revisit situations from the past and revisit issues from the past and problems to be able to resolve them so that we're not haunted by what was not said or what was said in a harsh way. We're not haunted by our demons, and we're able to kind of move forward, okay, into a space where there is resolution, where there is solution, where there are solutions, excuse me, and where there is breakthroughs when it comes to communication overall. I have an air sign in the picture, so an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. This is somebody that I feel you don't know what to do about them. For some of you, so Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Okay, this is someone who takes charge, who takes initiative, who is here today, gone tomorrow. So their energy is very exciting, okay? They're very blunt, very truthful, very honest. Very blunt, truthful, and honest. I don't know why I feel the need to repeat that. But I feel like if you have been doubting this person, for some of you, and of course, you know, if you're doubting this person, if you're just like, I wonder if they're being honest with me. I wonder if they have other people in their environment. I wonder if they're up to no good. They're very truthful, faithful, and honest. Okay, they're just very, very straightforward. And I feel like, you know, Sagittarius, you guys appreciate that in people. You appreciate people that just, you know, tells you the truth. You appreciate people that don't hold back. And I feel like this is not somebody that holds back. You might be dealing with this person where you are really, really passionate about this person. But I also feel like the way that they are, you're not 100% sure how they feel about you, because this is not a warm, cuddly type of an energy. This is somebody who gets things done, who sees a solution, or who sees a problem and they charge in to get their hands dirty and to fix the situation. They also fight for the underdog. So they're really, really, they come to everybody's rescue. Not that you need any rescuing, but because of their energy and because of the way that they carry themselves, you're not really sure how they feel about you. And you feel like this person is not incredibly emotional, okay? I feel like they have come to your rescue many, many, many times. For some of you, I see a crush. I see a romantic partner. I'm also seeing somebody like either a family member, a friend, who has come to your rescue many, 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 many times. Whenever you find yourself in this space where you're just like, where do I go from here? How do I move forward? Which direction should I take? I'm in this, I feel very, very stuck, and I don't know which way I'm supposed to go. This is a person that comes in to kind of cuts away those, so she's wound up, right? Like she's bound up and she's wrapped in something. And yes, she can move, but she doesn't really want to because she doesn't really know which direction she needs to go. This person is coming in to kind of cut away those obstacles for you. This person comes in because they're courageous and they can show you the way to move out of a situation. They can help you unstuck yourself. Not that you need this from them, but I feel like they're giving you the insights and the clarity in order for you to proceed forward, okay? If there has been some type of a silent treatment back and forth and like lack of communication between you and this person, I feel like they're charging forward and they're really telling you, they're giving you a piece of their mind in a good way, and they're telling you how they really, really feel about you. So if you've been dealing with self-doubt, do they care about me? Are they available to me? Are they honest with me? They're going to come in very fast and they're going to tell you whatever it is that you need to know. So you're not going to be in a quandary, wondering, staying up late at night, fantasizing, and, you know, dealing with like the self-doubt. They're going to let you know. And I feel like they're going to be very clear about the way in which they communicate with you. And I feel like you can take everything that they say at face value and you don't have to doubt their intentions. Okay. They're going to make it very, very clear to you. What I have as well, somebody mulling over a situation. Should I stay or should I go? Okay. I usually think of the Four of Swords here. This is sort of like being in a situation where we're hoping and praying for a situation to get better. For some of you, this could be with a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, or it could be with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. You're wondering, is it worth more of the investment? Should I continue to put more effort and energy in this situation? Or should I, check myself out or move on forward with another person? I feel for some of you, a transition possibly from a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, to an air sign or vice versa.